grades out of your Google Classroom and into Skyward. All right, so, whoops, that's the wrong one. We have a few different things and steps we have to take to get there. And I only do this, it's only super duper helpful when you have quite a few grades to put in. Okay, so we have 146 students right now. So whenever we take a test, I'll kind of wait a week and I have a few things to do. And then I'll do these all at the same time. So today we took this test in here. Now I'm going to show you something that kind of goes along with this. When we open it up, all right, we have this here. All right. Now, they took this test inside of a Google form. So I can use, on this Google form, when I go to assign it, there is a import grades function. And if you have that selected, you can import all your grades. And they will just show up inside of here, which is beautiful. It sure does make life a lot easier. So all those grades are inside of here already. All right. So now all those that they just took today are in there, and I have a couple other things that I need to do as well. First, I'm going to go back to Skyward, and I'm not going to show you how to put in assignments. I'm assuming you know how to add assignments, but I just put these 3 assignments in. And what I need to do is I need to go to Advanced Export Import Assignments. Okay, inside of here, there's only 2. Now I know that I need 3, but one of them is not actually due till tomorrow for my B-Day classes. So I just go to Show Assignments Not Due Yet and select it. So then it shows the test, simulation, and the vocab. So all this stuff is stuff that I need to get from the Google Classroom into here. So what I do is I create file for score entry. I actually didn't select them yet. Sorry. Select the ones that you want and create file for score entry. You'll see that it's called M8041-01.cfv. Okay, that's my advanced class. I actually wrote down all of the numbers of my classes out of here because sometimes I forget. I have 8040/01 and 8040/04 is my A3, and they're just kind of, the numbers are a little screwy. So I would make sure that you know what those numbers are. So now that we have that downloaded, it's right here inside of my downloads folder. We'll go ahead and open it up. All right, that'll take just a second. I actually do this on multiple screens. I'll usually have 3 screens open while I do this. So here it is. Okay, and you'll notice that it's empty. This is the one that is the master. Okay, this is the master Excel file. So let's downsize that for now. We can downsize this for now. Now we need to get this Google, the Google grades that we have in here out. So what we do is we click on whatever, any assignment will do, and we go over here. Now you can download all grades as a CSV, download these grades. This would just be this assignment if you were only doing one assignment, or you can copy all grades to Google Sheets. This way or this way are just fine. I have been doing it download all grades as a CSV just because then I have a CSV already. Now, I don't know why I did that. So I'm going to do it over again. There we go. And that might take a second. It actually looks a little different than it normally looks. And while we wait for that, we can go over here and make sure everybody's name is in there. Yes, they are. So we're all good there. All right, so it's called grades.csv, and that one is also inside of my downloads folder. All right, so now we have grades.csv. You'll notice something that I find rather annoying is that it doesn't put it in last name order. It puts it in order by the first names, which I don't know, it's kind of annoying. But anyway, if you click over here, go to sort and filter, sort A to Z. It will then put them in the order the same way as the other one. So inside of here are all the grades in the Google Classroom for the whole year. The ones that I need should be right here toward the end. Okay, so this is 1, that we don't actually need to look. Here we go. There's the World War I vocab. What do we got? There's the World War I simulation. I'm not actually 100% sure why it put that right there, but let's just grab it. Whoops. Okay, so here's the situation, or the simulation, sorry. So let's take that simulation. We click on the one box, we scroll down to the bottom, hold down the Shift key, and highlight it all. We can then hit Control C, go over into our other document, where here's our 200.1, and hit Control V, and then you've copy pasted all your grades over into this document. All right, so then we go back into the grades document. And we need to find this one right here. And our World War I test isn't currently in there, so that's a hassle. So we'll hit Shift, Control C once again. Go back into our other document for the one that's worth 20. And we hit Control V, and then that one's in there. Now, like I said, we have a little bit of a problem because it didn't put our test in there. And that's propaganda. It didn't put our test in there. So what we're going to do is we've already used this one. We don't need to save anything that's in there. We've already used it as much as we need to use it. So we can take grades and delete it. All right. But we did have a problem, which it's good to have problems when we're inside of this, right? Is that all the grades are in here. Here's the problem. I did not return them, all right? So I skipped a step earlier. So what we need to do is we need to select all these students, and we need to return their lessons. That's why it didn't show up inside of our spreadsheet. So give that just a second. All right, now everybody's are returned. Now this time, instead of using the download all grades, we can just download these grades as a CSV. And that will be perfectly fine, probably. However, let's check it out because there's a decent chance that it won't have. Yes, so this actually is no good because there are 3 students who haven't taken the test yet. So it doesn't have them in here at all. So that is another problem that you can easily run into at any time. So this one still isn't any good. So you got to mind your P's and Q's when you're doing this, or else it'll be out of order. So we go back over here. So this time we'll go ahead and download all grades. And once again, it'll take just a second. It should show up in here shortly. There we go. So once we've downloaded all those grades again, we can go clear over here to the right. And there we go. So you'll see that a couple of them didn't get assigned. We need to go ahead and sort this again. Sort and filter A to Z. And we'll go back to Dylan. All right, so here is their test. So once again, select, hit Shift, select down to here, Control C. Back over to this one, Control C, then Control V. And we have those grades in there, okay? So Allie hasn't taken it, Kate hasn't taken it, and Kellen hasn't taken it, and that is right. So now everybody's grades are inside of this 8041-01. So go ahead and save that. It'll ask you if you want to save it as a CSV, delimited, and yes, you do. So we keep using that format. All right, and it's saved. We can go ahead and close that file. We'll make sure it saves again. And grades.excel, we don't need anymore. And we don't need to save it or anything. So we can, once again, delete that guy straight out of there. Okay, so we are done with the Google Classroom, and we are done with everything that we do in there. And we are also done with the spreadsheet. So we go back into Skyward. Okay, and now that we're in Skyward, we go down here, select a CSV file to import from. Ours is named 8041/something. /01. That's it. We select it. It's sitting right there. We import scores from the file. It will take just 1 second, and then, like magic, all the scores will show up. Now, inside of that spreadsheet, you could also select no counts and missings and write comments and stuff if you so desire. I don't usually. I just go ahead and do that when I'm inside of here. All right, so these are already imported. If we go back to our home screen and go into my advanced class here, we will see that all of their grades just got imported in there. If we move to term 3, which we're in, we can see what kind of grades we're getting all the way through here. They did a pretty nice job on all that stuff. So that is a quick rundown on how to get grades out of the Google Classroom and into Skyward. It can be a little bit confusing, but it's not too horribly bad. If you have any questions, check back here on History Teach 78, my Google site about text trainings, or come to one of my trainings.